To continue with the second part of the exercise. This part we're going to create a route which is done in a very similar fashion to creating the service area. Very similar indeed. So what we have is we have a background image now at the moment just to check that everything is correct in our network. I've been editing the roads network, created the previous map from that. Let's just quickly look here. We can see we've done all of our edits in this Gävle roads layer. We've added in extra paths where they're missing from the map. We've made sure that there are nodes on both lines where there's a junction. So everything is okay in this map. It may not be perfect, but it's good enough for this exercise, working out from this area along the paths that I think might be interesting, making sure that everything's tidy and connected and correct. Maybe the outside edge is farthest away. I've not bothered looking because we're not going to get there in our analysis, so I'm not terribly interested in those. So we take the Gävle roads, that's now been edited. We need to do a quick rebuild of our network. So we go to geoprocessing and we look here for network, build network, and we select our network. We can either, if it's in the project, we can select it directly from there, or if it's not actually in the project, we can find it in our database there, in the network, the cycle network. Select that, and then we click on run, and it rebuilds the network for us. That just means that the network is now updated with all the points, with all the nodes and lines that we've just edited in the Gävle roads layer. So we can turn that off, turn the cycle network on. It's a little cleaner. We don't have all these symbols there that we were using to help us to identify where there are nodes and where there aren't nodes. So that's our network there. We are going to do a route. The first thing I'm going to do though, before I do the route, is I'm going to do a new service area. You can use the old service area if you want. You just have to rerun it with the new settings, but I'm going to create a new service area first. And there's a reason for doing that, and that's because the visualization of the route is very simple and basic. We want a little bit more detail in our visualization, and for that we will use the service area for that goal. So if I click on the cycle network and go to analysis, go to network analysis, this is all set up correctly. Click on the service area there. That's our service area. And what we want to do now is we're going to obviously analyze it. So we go up to network analysis up there, and I say that I'm going to want actually to work out now to 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000. Let's say it's that. That's what I want. I need to import facilities, so I'll import the facilities, which is going to be my start point. Click on there, and it's start end there. We'll leave all of that. Just click on run. So that's now been imported. That's turned purple to match that color there. It happens to be purple in this case. As you may have noticed, it will change all the time. So we've got those set up away from there, and we want polygons and lines. Well, actually, we just want lines. Let's just do the lines. We're not going to use the polygons. We don't have polygon barriers. We're not going to have polygons. We're not going to have line barriers or point barriers. So let's then, we've got that set up for those distances. We click on run. And then we get these lines. Let's not bother creating the polygons. We've got lines. There's obviously an error there by the looks of things. A couple of these are probably just too far out. So I've missed something there. There's some weird error going on there as well, which I don't quite understand. So there are obviously a couple of errors. Things have been missed in my editing. If I want, I can redo this, make sure those errors don't exist, get rid of them. They're quite small. You see, nothing is ever perfect, not even me. But let's just run with this now for the sake of just this demonstration. When we click on lines, we want then the symbology. And instead of single symbology, we're going to use these graduated colors, and then we want to use the from cumulative length, And the number of classes, well, let's just ramp that up a bit to say 15 classes. And then we got all these colors. The problem here is it's not that detailed. Or it is detailed. The problem is we can't see it because the lines are very thin. So we'll just click on that there, and then we go format all symbols and increase the width somewhat. Click on apply, and now these lines are more visible. We can see them. So we're done with that. We've now created, we can actually turn that facilities off. We've now got a visualization in the background that might work for us for the next step. But what we need to do before we continue is create a new point for our analysis. So let's just, we can for now turn that off. We can turn the map back on, and I'm going to put a point down here. And I'm going to put it in that layer there, start end. So I need to edit that, and I need to create a new point. So I click on create, and find the layers down there. That's the one I want to edit, and I want to add a new point. And I'm going to put that point somewhere here. Let's put it right at the edge there. Okay, that's just because. And then if I right click there, open the attribute table, I can code that, rather not entirely necessary step, but for the sake of completeness. And that is an endpoint. We'll click on save our edits, yes, and now that's done. Let's just click on clear. We can see it's down there. So we've now managed to edit the start end points layer. So we have 2 points. We're going to start our search from there, and we're going to end it there. We have our service area still marked out just as a path through the network. That's good. And we can turn this background map off for now. Click on the cycle network, go to analysis, network analysis, and then route. Click on route. And as I said, this works in exactly the same way, basically. Click on network analysis up there, import stops. Where are we going to stop on the way on this route? Where are we going? So let's go, click on those stops, click on run down there. And now we've imported 2 stops. These happen to be brown this time. That's the colour it's chosen. We can change that colour as well if we like. But for now they're brown, so there's 1 and there's 2. Not terribly easy to see. If we want, we can just play with that. Change the colour to something more readable, white maybe. It's easily done. We don't have any point barriers, let's kill those. We don't have any line barriers, let's kill those. We don't have any polygon barriers, let's kill those. Now we need to do the analysis. With the sequence, use current as it is now. There are different settings there, but we can do find best, why not? Not using time because we don't have any variation in time along the network instead of straight lines or no lines or what have you. Right, so click on run. And it analyzes it and finds the route. And there we have our fastest route to get to that point there. That's the quickest route you could find. We could try preserve first last stop, use current. Would that change anything? Nope. On that again. So it's found a route and it's decided that's the fastest route through. Okay, well that's solved that mystery. Now we know the fastest route. But if we right click on this, click on the attribute table, we can see that we have a distance, but nothing more than that distance. So why is that? Well, that's because it's just found a route. This is why we need this service area, because now if I turn that on, we've actually got a model of, we can visualize in a way how far along we've come through the network, because they both start at the same point We're both going through, and we can see how far along we've come. So if we like, we can redesign the symbology for that so that it looks different. We can click on that. We had lots of ways of doing this. We could add a symbol layer, a marker layer or a stroke layer, add a stroke layer, add a stroke layer. And we can edit that so that, say, this stroke layer here has an offset of 2 points. That one has an offset of -2 points. And that one, let's turn that off for now. Click on apply. And there we have our route. We've marked it out in our map. So that's how we can visualize the distance along the route using the surface area to get the coloration. Fairly straightforward. You might get a different route depending on where you're going. This is incredibly sensitive to the location of the stop and start, and also details in your network. If you have another connection somewhere that I don't, or you are missing a connection, you'll perhaps get a different route. So there's no absolutely correct answer. There are just less wrong answers. And that's how you do this this network analysis to find the fastest route.